I've got a whale alert regarding XRP as we are seeing over $200 million being moved by an XRP whale. This is coming on the back of a lot of volatility in the crypto market as XRP is approaching the $2 support, and we want to stay above it. The question with this move by this whale then becomes is this whale going to be dumping these tokens, or what is happening with this big XRP holder? During the uncertainty of tariffs and during the broader economic uncertainty that we're seeing on the globe stage, not just for crypto. Coinbase is also coming out with a report recently calling for a potential crypto winter in the short term and a bounce in Q3, which means that even if XRP does crash below $2, I still believe, as Coinbase believes, that later this year, when the Fed cuts rates and when things heat back up, we're going to start seeing some kind of recovery. Let's talk about this whale that's moving some money around in XRP and what's going on in the crypto market today. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I'm Crypto Kip. Do me a favor, smash the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you like your crypto content, because we're certainly going to keep it coming here on the channel. If you look over the last day, what we got going on, Bitcoin was up above 85,000 earlier today. Currently playing this chop game up and down, retreating a little bit. XRP is down 2% in the last hour, just down slightly in the last day, but remaining above the $2 price level. What we have going on between Ripple and the SEC in this legal battle is that this lawsuit is still not over. The Ripple versus SEC case has actually been paused for 60 days after the court approved a joint appeal. Is this the beginning of the end of the XRP lawsuit? Right now, they're still talking about a $125 million penalty, but we could see some changes, and we are seeing some changes with the new head of the SEC. Internal SEC shifts may affect the timeline. It could get solved quickly. Some legal experts still think a deal could happen before summer. Quickly is relative, guys. We're still waiting on this XRP lawsuit to end. This is something that once it's over, it's going to correspond very well with that Q3 bounce that we're actually hearing from Coinbase. Crypto market to rebound in Q3, according to a Coinbase report. From altcoin dips and macro shifts, here's what could spark the next bull run. The answer: Fed rate cuts, tariff relief, and for XRP, the end of this lawsuit, guys. Now, in the short term, I want to talk to you guys about this. Ripple whale moves $273 million in XRP is a massive price drop coming. A whale transferred 131 million XRP worth $273 million bucks, causing some fear. It's between two unknown wallets, triggering, as it usually does, speculation that there could be a huge sell-off. And we're actually starting to see the price of XRP come down a little bit, but that also just kind of falls in line with the fact that yesterday the Fed came out and they were quite hawkish, looking at reduced chances of rate cuts earlier, hopefully, but it's getting a little less likely that we're going to see those rate cuts here in, definitely not going to see them in May, might not see them in June. We're probably going to start seeing them in July, Q3. So that's looking good. And that, again, is right on line with this Coinbase report. But yeah, I mean, this whale is transferring some money right now. You could never really tell whether this whale is going to be selling off or, you know, what they're exactly doing. Typically, this could be a move where there could be a potential sell-off. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a sell-off because, again, this whale likely got into XRP at much lower prices, maybe towards 30 cents, maybe towards 50 cents, maybe even lower than that a long time ago. And if we're going to have some kind of dip, this is probably only a portion of their position. That's a very rich whale. That's what whales are. They're very rich individuals or entities that could just be shuffling some profit and then buying equivalent amounts at a discounted price. Imagine if this whale sold this $200 million worth of XRP and then it crashed down, not because of their sale, but then over time, we saw XRP come down to like $1.50 or $1 before getting to Q3 and having a resuming of this bull market. This whale then could turn that $200-something million into $400 or $500 million if they bought at $1 and it came back to $2 by selling at these prices if we came down to those levels. Now, I'm not telling you that XRP is going to come down to $1, but I'm certainly not going to do what some articles do out here and talk about XRP reaching 1,000 or is 500 more realistic. Well, I think the reality of the situation is neither of those numbers are realistic to talk about right now. The fact that XRP is sitting at $2, talking about it going to $500 is really wild. That's over a 200x gain that is being discussed by this publication on a top 4 crypto with $120 billion market cap. That's essentially saying, yeah, XRP is going to a 12 trillion. In fact, not even a 12 trillion, a $24 trillion market cap. Now, one day, could that be possible? Maybe. But Bitcoin is going to have to get much higher than that before XRP does. In my opinion, the whole market cap is only sitting at 2.6 trillion right now. So when you see publications that are talking about $1,000 XRP or $500 XRP price prediction, I'd say run and hide from those. Let's talk about $5 or $10 or $20. I think these are realistic targets for XRP. No, $500 is not realistic in my mind, especially in this bull market. But I still do believe that it's a bull market. Now, Coinbase says that, hey, in the report, they basically said we're going to have a crypto winter before Q3. Well, we're arguably in this crypto winter. I'm not going to call it a bear market. I don't believe it's a bear market. I think we've still got new highs to be seen for our total market cap. This asset class is getting more and more popular every single day, every single week on the globe stage. For XRP, when the legal fight is paused, for XRP, after we get enough of these whale games and we just get continuation in this bull market, there's going to be a lot of upside in my opinion. If you want to do some trading, you want to trade the volatility for XRP, what you can do is you can sign up for Blowfin using the link we've got pinned in the comments and in the description for you guys down below. Up to a $5,000 deposit bonus when you sign up. I trade XRP here. I've been doing a lot of Bitcoin trading. I actually was doing a lot of great trades from the higher prices in $2 range, $2.50, all the way down to the $2 support. Looking at the price of XRP right now, we're right now seeing it at $2.05. It is breaking below this little kind of support we had here back at like $2.09. The real support though, guys, is at $2. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bounce off $2. What we might have happen, if I were to just predict, again, I think there could be a broader crypto sell-off. I do tend to agree with Coinbase. We might see a little bounce here, a rejection, and then continuation to the downside. Hard to say exactly how low we're going to go here, but I'll tell you this, guys. If Bitcoin slips back down to its March or April of 2024 highs, or even its November 2021 previous all-time highs, then you see Bitcoin coming down to 65 or 71K. You could easily see XRP easily slip back down below the $2 price level, easily come back down to test this wick that we saw back just in April, early April of this month. This is earlier this month. I'm saying like it was a long time ago. This was earlier this month. We came down to $1.63. We could slip a little bit lower. I'm seeing levels at like 139. I'm seeing levels at like 108, 110, and I am seeing some price levels that are, a dollar is definitely a mental threshold, 85 cents. I don't know if we go down there, guys, but one thing I do know is that I'm still interested in accumulating crypto in the long term. XRP is certainly in that basket for me of coins that are going to last for a long period of time alongside Bitcoin. And there are some others, but no doubt at this point, XRP is a staple in the crypto market. The fourth largest crypto still has a bright future, guys, in my opinion. Look out for the volatility in the short term. Whales are moving money. Doesn't necessarily mean a sell-off, but it certainly could make sense, especially if there is to be more of a sell-off in crypto overall. Maybe this whale is preparing to take profits. What do you think, guys? Do you think this whale is going to sell off? Do you think this whale is going to cause a big dip? And are you going to buy that dip? I want to know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. That's all I got on this one. DCA HODL. Smash a like, subscribe, and until next time, I got 2 videos right here if you want to check them out. Peace, y'all. See you in the next one.